what's going on, guys? I wanted to show you guys an interesting issue that I ran into at work, dealing with some scripting that I'm doing. Um, Mainly, the problem was I have a script that I'm auditing, doing some auditing stuff, and it I needed to pull some resources. So I have a conditional that is being checked on some strings that returns the matches into a list, and then I have a second conditional that has a different set of criteria that returns another list. And what I needed at that point was to be able to compare the two lists. For instance, just I mean, if you're network engineers, you might be able to follow this. But anyway, um, for instance, one of the criteria was I needed my access ports, and then I also needed interfaces that were shut down. So I took my access port list and compared it to my interface that was shut down list, and the results is the ones that matched from that list were the items that I ultimately needed to do my audit on. And that sounds like an easy task, right? I just need to check the two list and be able to create a new list off of it. But programmatically, it was a little bit more of a challenge, and I realized that it wasn't something necessarily built into Python, which I was kind of surprised about. But anyway, searched all over YouTube, searched all over GitHub, and the only way that I could really see do it is it's through a function. It's creating my own function with nested for loops, and I'll write that out for you guys. But the main problem that I had was how can I do this, especially when I had an uneven order, an un uh, uh, a non matching number of items in the list. So, for instance, what I mean is here I have one, two, three, four, five items here, and then I have one, two, three, four, five, six items here. Um, I just want to change that number. So, I have six items here. So essentially, I needed to compare the two lists. So I'll just go ahead and my what my thought process was. I don't know if you're familiar with Python, but you can do value unpacking, and it really comes into handy, especially when you're dealing with lists. And so what I was thinking at first is that with the value unpacking and being able to unpack multiple values within a for statement or for loop, I can take the values out of list one and list two and then execute a function. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if I did for A and B in list one and then list two, print A, B. Now, I would have thought that would have worked, and so if I run that, I get an error. Too many values to unpack, and that's because when I'm doing my initiation here, I'm actually pulling one value. Uh, and because it doesn't actually have like a key value pair or whatever the case is, it's not allowing me to extract it out of the second list. It's only pulling it out of the first list. And because I can, I'm expecting two values out of this list, I'm actually only going to get one. So that's why that's not working. Anyway, I hope that made sense. If not, there's guys who make really awesome videos about Python lists. Anyway, so that didn't work for me. So the next best way that I figured out, or not really figured out, but saw how to do this, and the only really way that I can figure out that in my mind to do it was a nested for loop. So what I ended up doing was this: for A in list one, right, and then I'm gonna do for B in list two, and then if A equals B, I'm gonna do print match. Alright, so I had two matches, but so we'll go ahead and create list 3 equals an empty list, and we'll just do this list 3, and then we want to do an append A, and then once this is done, then we want to print list 3, and go ahead and get rid of this match print match because it's just going to print. So just show you guys how that works. So as you can see here, the two that matched out of that list is 3 and 5. So just walking through the nested loop. So for A and list one, so what it's gonna do, and let's go ahead and print the value of A as it goes through. So for every A, what's gonna happen is it's gonna check for every B. So if I print this, so as you can see, if I start from here, I got 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 3, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So as you can see, it's actually increasing and and iterating through each item of one list, even though the lists themselves are not unevenly supplied as far as the number of values within the list. So, because I was able to get list 3, then I can actually do the work that I needed to on this new list here that gets created. But like I said, I've been kind of looking for a minute, for a few hours today, try to figure out how to do this. Actually, let me go ahead and, if you guys don't know how to make it functional, I'll go ahead and do this. Make it a function. So we'll def compare, and then we'll go compare list, and let's just call list A, list B, and essentially all we're going to do is take this code, take that there, print that there, and we're just going to replace list 1 with list B. And let's go ahead, we're going to need to take that out too. And so what this would look like in a function is that I would then return list 3. And so now we could do list 1 and list 2. And let's go ahead and run that. Uh-oh. What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, gotta get that there. Oh, that's all messed up. Here we go. Put that there. Put that there. Much better. And as you can see, it worked. So go ahead and take these print statements out just to make it a little bit cleaner. And it can be pretty cool because then you can actually start to get in to do multiple lists. So say that I created another list. Let's say list to X, and I say that's, just do some random numbers, and 8, right? And then I just do this list C. So once that's done, I can just go ahead and copy this piece of code over again. Let's see what that gets us. Oh, gotta add that. Now let's see what that gets us. So as you can see, it went through and compared both lists off of that master list there. So you know that's what's pretty awesome. And you can do some pretty cool loops if you want, but you can actually do some pretty cool stuff, man, as far as Python is concerned. But that was just something I wanted to show you guys on an issue that I ran into. Maybe somebody has a better solution, but that was my way to get after that. So hope you guys enjoy that. Talk to you later. Peace.